The top of my hair today wants to be like Alfalfa's from The Little Rascals, but I can't deal with it, so I'm going to let it be. In the last video, I talked about the recent IOCDF conference and the presentation my decluttering buddy and I made there. I described the process of telling the story of an object in order to decide what to do with it. I also posted about it on a Reddit sub, and the sub moderator, who was awesome, by the way, asked if I could elaborate on this process and what it can accomplish for someone with hoarding issues. I replied with a written example walking through the steps, but I think it'd be more impactful actually doing one. So that's what today's video is going to be. I'm going to go soup to nuts to show the entire process, so bear with me. And one thing I want to emphasize is that the goal of what I'm about to do is to process the item and decide what I'm going to do with it. Yes, I want to declutter because I have too much stuff, but I don't have to get rid of all my possessions. What I need to do is make decisions about what's really worth keeping and what I can let go. All right, let the fun begin. This is the card my mom sent me on my most recent birthday. It was a milestone birthday, but I'm not going to tell you which one. You don't get to know everything about me. It's shaped like an egg. There's a cute little frog on the front saying hi, and underneath the frog it says happy birthday. When you open the card, the frog pops up holding flowers and it says happy birthday, especially for you. At the bottom, my mom signed love, Mom. In the middle, she wrote something in Chinese, even though she knows I can't read Chinese. When I saw it, I thought, oh, that must be something touching she wrote for me. I called her to thank her for the card and asked her what she wrote in Chinese. She said, it says happy birthday. You can't read that? Well, it's a cute birthday card from my mom. So she remembered my birthday and took the time to pick out a card for me and send it to me. Society assigns special meaning to our birthdays, so birthday cards have a special added something something to them. Of course, I appreciate my mom sending me the card, and I hate to admit this next thing, but part of me felt hurt when I got this card because I always spend time to think of something special and unique to write on my cards to her. But what she wrote in Chinese was basically what was already pre-printed on the card in English. I was like, don't you got something else you want to tell me? Where are the incredibly moving, sentimental words from a mother to her daughter? They're not on the back. We bestow special meaning to birthdays and cards, so I feel like it's bad to throw out a birthday card, especially one from my mother. That feels like it would be disrespectful, and I know she's not going to be with me forever, so I worry that if I don't keep this card and she passes before I do, I'll really regret not keeping it. I have so much paper clutter, it overwhelms me. I'm trying to make better decisions about what's really worth keeping because when everything's important, nothing's important. I can't keep every piece of paper that feels important. I'm reminded of something my hypnotherapist said about relationships, to think of people as restaurants, and each restaurant has its own menu. Not all restaurants offer the same thing. So I can't go to McDonald's and be disappointed because what I want is sushi. Sushi isn't on McDonald's menu. I'm a sentimental, mushy type who likes to write special messages to my friends and family. That's me. That's not my mom. But that doesn't mean she doesn't love me. She shows me love in so many other ways that I appreciate. Like this fall, she's taking me on a trip to Europe, and on that trip, we'll spend 11 days together, out living life and experiencing memorable moments. I'm sure we'll take photographs too, and I can treasure my mom in those memories and photos. I don't want to look at this card and feel, oh, mom doesn't love me that much because she didn't write a special message on my birthday, because that's so not true. I realize now that this card really doesn't fit in my life. Yes, it's from my mother, but I have lots of things from my mother. Lord knows I have lots and lots of paper clutter, and this would be adding to that. My goal is to have less stuff so I can live more life, so I can have friends and family in my home again. If I keep saving so much paper, I'll continue to feel ashamed of my home and not invite people in. Sometimes my mom says things about my hoarding that hurt me, but I know deep down she doesn't mean to. Hoarding disorder is so complex. I understand why she doesn't understand it. She said to me that she doesn't know how to help me, and that probably makes her feel a little helpless, not being able to make things right for me. If letting go of this card from her will help me get better, I'm sure that she'd want me to let it go. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I so badly want to get better. I'm reminded of the monkey bar analogy, how in order to move forward, I have to let go first. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest level of distress, feeling about an 8. It's been about 4 hours since I let go of the birthday card, and my level of distress has definitely subsided. The top of my hair is still kind of bugging me, but my level of distress over the discard now feels like a 1. I'm comfortable with my decision to let go of the card. I think I just feel a little, when I visualize that adorable card buried underneath other recyclables, but I don't have any desire to retrieve the card. By talking through it, I reached the conclusion that my mom would actually want me to let go of the card if it would help me get better. And that's because she does love me. And my memory of my mother doesn't disappear just because I no longer have the card. The card doesn't hold the memory of my mother. I do. If I hadn't processed this card by talking through it, I would have tried to make a decision solely based on unwarranted feelings of guilt, of being a horrible daughter for even entertaining the thought of getting rid of a birthday card from her mother. I probably would have kept the card, and the card would have stirred up negative emotions in me because my initial reaction to not getting a special message from my mother was that she didn't love me as much as I love her. By talking through it, I realized what my mother did or didn't write on the card, that wasn't a measure of her love for me. The act of her sending me the card was her expression of love. For those of you who want to change but feel like you just can't let things go, I totally get it. I still struggle with that feeling, but I hope this video gives you courage and the belief that you can. I also hope this has been helpful for people who have family or friends who struggle with hoarding.